stating, initially Scott can't lie when the TMZ information was
Gannon, I promise this is the last time I'm going to ask you. I'm just freaked out, okay? Are you sure you didn't do it on purpose?
He did it.
Okay, we promise. He promised.
On purpose.
Pinky promise.
Pinky.
Okay, alright, so, listen. We're gonna have to sell stuff to fix it. Okay? So, we figure out what we gotta sell. We can sell the sofa. We can sell whatever. Because we gotta get it fixed, so lady, don't be mad at us and kick us out of the house. Okay? You got it?
This is Awkward Occurrence for Awkward Entertainment. Now, I already did a video about the candle and I'm bleeding. First I didn't think the I'm bleeding part was legit. Still don't, but the defense is going to run with it, I guess. And the I'm bleeding came from when that candle dropped, he was burned. And he wiped that blood on the wall. That's where your I'm bleeding come from. Didn't come from no abuse. In the affidavit, there's no signs of child abuse in the affidavit. There's no admittance. No one admitted child abuse. Whoever wrote up the affidavit, there's no admittance of child abuse. So that's fact. It is not fact that he was killed in a house. That's a theory of the DA in Colorado State. So that is El Paso County's DA theory, as we're going to go see. They theorize a lot of stuff. They even state theories. They state the word theory in the affidavit. They state things like I believe or I conclude, which is they believe, they theorize, they speculate. There's nothing but a bunch of speculation. The only facts are the car data, the nosebleeds, blood around the house. Everything that has to do with the murder and moving a body is all theories. All right. That's why you should go look at it yourself and not listen to every YouTuber. Thank you. All right. Now listen, let me get to a video first. I still see shadows in my room. Cause I know one YouTuber is saying, oh, well, it's fact that he was killed in a bedroom. That's not fact, lady. That's a theory. That is speculation in the affidavit. They only have blood, and the blood's been explained. And jurors aren't going to take that as fact, especially when you have no murder weapons. None of that. It's not fact. They don't even state that as fact in the affidavit once again. That's a theory of theirs. Okay, this is going to be about Roger Drayton. He says, I saw Gannon, didn't come home. Now, the police believe he did come home. But the police don't have evidence he came home. They have no video. In the affidavit, police, again, they theorize. They again speculate. They admit they speculate that he came home. But they don't know. They say they don't know, but they speculate. Just like they speculate he was killed in the house. Well, did anyone hear gunshots? I don't know. No one heard gunshots? Okay. No gun, no knife, no nothing. Let's play this video, and this is about Roger Drayton. And get it going. Oh yeah, this is the intro. I see dead people. This was when everybody was talking about shadows under the car, but we saw no shadow. I saw no shadows under the car. I still don't see how they can theorize, the DA, how they are able to theorize he came home because of blood that's been explained already. So she's not taking no plea. Taking no plea. I know one newscast said she only thing she can do is take a plea for life without parole. No, she can take this to trial and get off, because there's nothing but a bunch of theory and speculation in the affidavit. Now we will see when this goes to trial what other information prosecution may come up with. Let's see if we can get our hands on a discovery. That'd be nice. whenever the discovery goes around. I see dead people. Just listen, just listen.
I see dead people.
Yeah, you thought you saw dead people getting out the car.
In graves and coffins. Walking around like regular people. They don't see each other. They only see what they want to see. They don't know they're dead.
Just like people only believe what they want to believe in this case. To try to make us seem guilty. You know, people will believe the dumbest stuff without looking at the affidavit themselves. And looking at the words theory, and they conclude that none of that is fact. So fact versus fiction, it's fiction. They theorize fiction. As much as this case is fiction, yeah.
How often do you see them?
All the time. Alright, let's skip over this. Let's get to the what's name. I like this. An hour.
We have seen a man who perhaps is
the worst kind of racism. Someone who shows racism in front of everything. Someone who prepares the person who speaks racism comes to Hitler. A man who murdered millions of people. This man is the worst kind of being. That's gonna pull. Compares racism for the first time. In this case, it suggested
that racism is the foundation of the
police department, the justice system. Only these jurors can fixing everything that's been going on in history. This man is sick. What is this? So we're just going to listen to Roger Drayton talk for a couple seconds. Now this is part of the affidavit. For image, based on the return from search ADT, Letecia afternoon, this couldn't come today. That's talking about ADT. The ADT system supports the claim that there was unusual activity. Supports Letecia claim, to be honest, there was unusual activity going out the back door. Supports Letecia claim that there was an intruder in the house. Let's keep going. What the fuck?
It is surveillance video that could be at the heart of a child murder case, showing Gannon leaving with his stepmom Letecia, but according to neighbor Roger Drayton, Gannon is nowhere to be seen when Letecia returns.
I watched the video. I could slow it down, speed it up. I know he didn't come home with her, so I knew something. She'd done something with him or to him.
Drayton started reviewing footage after a knock on the door from the FBI.
He knows she had done something to him. But the police theorized that you're wrong. Okay.
Let's go. Looking through video, hundreds of clips until I found it.
From the start, as search teams scoured acres of land looking for Gannon, Letecia has maintained her innocence.
A little emotional.
Cassie Brown knows the family.
It's been really tough.
Her son was friends with Gannon. The two bonded over video games.
He really did love Sonic as much as everybody says.
Like many in the Lorson Ranch subdivision, they're showing their respects. Blue is the theme.
He's really a light. He's so happy and so loving.
Balloons and ribbons are hard to miss.
After hearing what happened today, it's like, it's just heartbreaking.
As a community prays for a family experiencing tremendous sorrow. And as you can see here behind me, the blue lights on the outer wall here of the Lorson Ranch subdivision as this community continues to remember that little boy named Gannon. We are live in El Paso County tonight. I'm Michael Konopasek, Fox 31.
Now what is this one? Let me see. You can read it along. Yeah, okay. This lines up with against Drayton. And police had no comment when that video came out. They didn't dispute what Drayton said or nothing. You know, they never disputed it until the affidavit came out and we got to read that they dispute what Drayton said. Because they can't make a case if they believe what Drayton said. They don't have video of Gannon coming home. They have no evidence. That's fact. They said that. That's fact. That's not fiction. What's fiction is they believe, as they state in the affidavit, that he was killed in the bedroom. That's fiction. Number 25. Let's read along. Just so you can read yourself. And you don't have to have these YouTubers tell you what to think. Because you don't take the time to go read this yourself. Investigators believe that Gannon was murdered by Letecia Stauch. Investigators believe that's not fact. That's speculation. That's theory. We believe. We don't have fact. Investigators believe that Gannon was murdered by Letecia in afternoon hours. After 2:14 p.m. on January 27, 2020 at the residence. That's what they believe. That's not fact. And more specifically, in his bedroom. His bedroom is in the basement. Physical evidence recovered from the residence. Physical evidence would be the blood on the carpet, blood on the wall. The blood on the wall came from when he burned himself with the candle. There was blood on the wall. It wasn't clear blood on the wall. They had to use whatever chemicals they used to find blood. They had to use that. And blood came from when he burnt himself with the candle and the candle dropped. That's why he said, I was bleeding in the video. So that corrects that right there. It's video evidence of him saying I'm bleeding of the candle incident. Let's continue. Physical evidence recovered from the resident inside Gannon's bedroom supports that a violent event occurred in the bedroom, which was caused bloodshed, including blood splatter on the walls, which again came from the candle incident, and enough blood loss to stain his mattress, which comes from bloody noses. Soaked through the carpet. Yeah, that's what happens when blood drops on the carpet. When any liquid drops on the carpet, it soaks through. Like, get real. The carpet pad, yep, that's a part of the carpet. The stain in the concrete, below his bed, Some photographs of this evidence are included. Yeah, them shitty ass photos. Based on evidence recovered from the residence, they believe Gannon's remains were eventually dragged through the house into the garage, and likely is speculation. If you don't know how to read, them saying in likely we're on 26 is speculation. And likely loaded into the back of Letecia's Volkswagen Tiguan. Now the blood from the Tiguan came back negative. I don't know if they told you that in their lives. The blood from the Tiguan came back with a negative profile on Gannon. After cleaning the murder scene, they speculate Letecia utilized the Tiguan to transport and dump Gannon's bodies, and they believe she transported it on the 28th after she picked up Al later that night. Now, we're going to get into how they believe she transported his body, because this affidavit is poorly written at some parts. It's poorly written. Don't see how they got an arrest warrant, because it's poorly written. Even though it's TV news, they could have did a better job at writing this. Let me see. Let's get back to the videos. I know, yeah, what? Yeah, I know, what? I know.
Right now, the search continues tonight for Gannon Stauch, now missing a full week from his home in southeastern Colorado Springs, and perhaps a key piece of the puzzle now in the hands of investigators. Today, the Metro Crime Lab spent hours...
Yeah, they told Drayton that was the evidence they needed on February 2nd when he gave the video to him. And that wasn't the evidence they needed. Like, that evidence doesn't support their theories in the affidavit. It doesn't support their theories, their stories. So they cannot use Drayton's video. They cannot use Drayton as a witness. No one could use Drayton as a witness. The defense and the prosecution both say Gannon came home. So no one can use Drayton as a witness. This was pointless. This video.
The Stauch home. However, we do not know what, if any, evidence was removed from them. However, a neighbor has told us that he turned over a key piece of evidence that investigators told him was the break they needed. We're not revealing what that information is, as it might compromise the situation.
And what happened today is like Forensic was there, and the cops came back, so there was a lot of activity around the house.
You think what you're giving him is going to help solve this case?
Yes, I think so. I think it's very important what I gave to him.
It wasn't.
Multiple agencies, along with community support, involved in the search for the 11-year-old boy. So far, the sheriff's office has received over 100 tips.
County Sheriff's Department tells ABC.
And some of those tips they received was ransoms, telling them, pay us this and we'll return Gannon. They didn't take that serious, and Gannon is now ended up dead in Florida. They didn't take the ransoms serious in early February. Now Gannon's dead. Okay. Let's go over to the affidavit. Again, it is fiction that he was killed in the bedroom. That is not a fact. It's a fact. No, it's not a fact. I can't believe she said that was a fact. She started her title of her video, Fact versus Fiction. Then she starts off with, it's fact Gannon was murdered in the bedroom. But no. You got to be stupid and not have read the affidavit and seen all the speculation in it. Like, no, y'all read for yourself. Take the time. Because if you don't, you'll be played by everything. Now she wants to believe it's fact that he was killed in his bedroom because she wants so bad Letecia to be the suspect and to be guilty. So they'll believe anything that's a theory to be fact. Now, do not state a theory as fact. Let's let this load. Mo was killed in the bedroom. No, the fuck he wasn't killed in the bedroom. Let's flip it around. Let's give it a second load. And again, no signs of Eduardo. The Eduardo person mentioning her statement. Because once again, they did violate her rights. They did violate her constitutional rights. They even admit. They really don't admit, but they admit to violating her rights. Let's get to this before I play my other video about it. I got a whole video about this. And we really don't have to look at this. Paragraph 61 or 51? Paragraph 61 states Letecia took the body to that highway 154. It states, let's go read it. So I can give you the clear facts of what it says. I can give you the facts of that.
Someone to think that I would hurt Gannon or any of the children in our home, because that's just not the case.
Here's what she said to me the first time I asked her if she had a message for Gannon.
Gannon, when you get here, you'll be able to truly tell what happened. And then I really hope I get a sincere apology from everyone who has made all those things, especially from my husband.
Then I stopped the camera.
I wanted to add one more thing.
She asked to say one more thing, so I turned the camera back on and asked her the same question once again. Do you have a message for Gannon? By then, she had started crying.
And Gannon, I can't wait till you can come home and let everyone know that you're okay. We love you.
We're expecting she will be brought to call.
All right, let's get back to this live stream. All right. Now, that video with Spencer Wilson doesn't prove murder. Doesn't prove anything. I know he didn't stop the camera, because if you stop the camera, you wouldn't get the part where she says, I want to add something. So, you know, that's a bunch of theatrics, a bunch of sucky theatrics. Let's get back to this affidavit, fact versus fiction. The fiction, this affidavit is full of fiction, full of theories by the DA, Paso County Sheriff's Office. It's full of it. You got to know to discern fact from fiction. This is what they believe. This is not what happened. This is what they believe. The only fact, again, is them finding nosebleed blood on the carpet, them finding candle, him being burnt from a candle, and him wiping the blood on the wall. Some data they took out of the Volkswagen. So we're going to get into data they took out the Volkswagen. Data they couldn't get out the Volkswagen. And we're going to get into Holly Hunt, which is the daughter of Letecia Hunt or Letecia Stauch. Let's get right into this. This is part 2. Part 1 would be, you probably just watched part 1 because I got to combine these two. So this is part 2, everybody. Let me see where we at in this. Can I move this out the way, y'all? No, I can't move that out the way. Let me move this then. 81. Do I want to start at 81? Do y'all want to read this first, or should I read this first? Who want to read this? Do we have any volunteers to read this? Anybody? 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 Okay, nobody. Okay. International Mobile. Okay, 81 states of note during the time period of approximately 10:30 to 11:20 on January 28th, Holly's cell phone is connected to a tower that will service the Stauch residence. Over approximately 30 miles from Letecia's suspected location. Okay, suspected location, that's theorizing, that's speculation, suspected. There was activity on Holly's telephone during that time, and investigators do not believe that Holly was with Letecia when she disposed of the body. However, approximately at 22:26 hours, which is like 10:26 at night, Holly's cell phone leaves the Stauch residence and goes to the area of Powers and Carefree, where investigators suspect she picked up Letecia Stauch. Now, anybody want to tell me why did they put that in paragraph 81? No, that's a rhetorical question. Don't tell me. Somehow they believe Letecia dropped off Gannon's body on the 28th at around, let's say, 10 o'clock, 9:30. Then they speculate Holly took her car to go pick up Letecia. Now, does anyone see a problem with this? Anybody see a problem with this? Maybe I'm misunderstanding this. If she dropped off her body, why didn't she just drive the car back? Why in paragraph 1 is Holly Hunt mentioned somewhere as her accomplice? Anybody in the chat room? I can't see who in the chat room. I can't see if anybody in here. I'll let you leave your comments. I won't delete stupid comments this time. Let's go up to 80. Let me go over 80. Let's just read it. Investigators also served a search warrant to AT&T related to international mobile subscriber identity designated to the Volkswagen. AT&T responded to this search warrant and provided network event location that will give an estimated location of the Volkswagen. The data revealed that during the evening of the 28th, between 10:30 and 11:20, the Volkswagen was generally in the greater northwest portion Colorado Springs area. It was also likely in the area north of the Air Force Academy. I don't know if Holly's in Air Force or what. I believe Holly's in the military in southern Douglas County. I submit that during this time period, that's when they submit during this time period, they believe. Now, saying I believe is speculation. That's not fact. That's not fact. That's fiction. Investigators believe that Letecia disposed of Gannon's remains. Then we just read 81, everybody. Now, why would Holly leave to go pick up Letecia? Of note, during the time period, the same time period, during the same time period, approximately 30 miles from the Stauch resident location, there was activity on Holly's phone during that time. Investigators do not believe Holly was with Letecia when she dropped off the body, but investigators believe Holly went to go pick up Letecia. This is so stupid. This is stupid. Y'all didn't read this, did you? Y'all didn't think to put 2 and 2 together, okay? Why would she go pick up Letecia? Like, how do you even get an arrest warrant with 80 and 81? This is getting into Letecia's interview. Letecia voluntarily did go to the sheriff's office. The sheriff's office did try to detain her without a warrant, without cause. They did violate her rights. But come on now. But you think it's okay to get an arrest warrant? Okay. Letecia was supposed... I'm on 83. Letecia was supposed to arrive at 10 a.m. She could have arrived when she wanted to. She voluntarily came in to talk to you guys, and you guys violated her rights. And she came at 12 because she went to the car wash. Now, let's get to the part about there being no traces of Gannon blood inside the Volkswagen SUV that everybody thinks his body was in. Yeah, that's about Letecia, and she gave the statement about being raped by Guado. With certain things in the affidavit support there being an intruder, or support there being a problem at the house during that time. That's it. Yeah, here we go. Now, this is about her arriving home. Y'all can read that. I don't have to read it to y'all. I'm pretty sure other creators have told y'all about this. We might go look at some comments on the other people's YouTube pages too. That's going to be my next video, or I'll do it this video. Then Letecia also said during the attack, Gannon jumped on Eduardo's back, and Eduardo was able to throw Gannon off his back and across the room. After Eduardo had finished, he had held the gun to Gannon. And you know there's no gun mentioned. Like, they don't mention no type of abuse by Letecia towards Gannon in his affidavit. They don't mention none of that. They don't mention having a gun. They don't mention nothing. They don't have a gun. They don't have a knife. They don't have murder weapons. Finished. Eduardo asked for a suitcase. That's how Gannon got in Florida, is what I'm saying. It was unsuccessful. I'll let y'all read that. Yeah, go ahead and read it. Go ahead and soak that in. Go ahead and soak that in. Before we get to the part about there being no match for Gannon inside the Volkswagen. She didn't want to take the same test, sexual assault, nurse examination. Let's go ahead and read. To the extent Letecia spoke about Lane, investigators. Investigators officer reviewed phone records, search, The only facts in this is them reviewing phone records and reviewing freaking data from the cars and them getting blood from out the house. That's the only facts. And there's excuses to why there was blood in the house, and nobody has denied Gannon has nosebleeds. Let me see what is that. Keep going. We're about to get there. Keep going. What is this? A teacher has scheduled an interview with the video. We know that. Investigative platform where guard granted a search warrant for the T-gun was seized. There we go, number 68. Now, if you have eyes to read, if you can read, I don't know if all of you can read. I don't know how many of you know how to read. You know how to take anything to be true against Letecia because you want her so bad to be the enemy that you'll believe anything anybody say that makes her look bad. Even if it don't make sense, you'll believe it because that's how foolish most people are. And I literally mean most people. Number 68, the last sentence. Let me see it so I can see it. Swabs from the truck area were sent to the Metro Crime Laboratory. What truck are we talking about, everybody? We're talking about the Volkswagen. The same Volkswagen they claim she dragged his body to after she killed him. They claim, they speculate, they theorize. That's not fact. Anybody telling you it's fact that he was killed in the bedroom, they didn't read the affidavit. Swabs sent to the crime laboratory for further analysis. There you go. For further analysis, these results revealed that a DNA profile could not be developed and that the swab from the truck was negative for the presumptive presence of blood. So swabs from the truck were negative of blood. Also, further analysis revealed that DNA profile could not be developed. But there you go. There you go. That discredits them. 68, line 68 discredits their theory. Like their theory that she dragged him through the house and put it in a truck. Him in a truck has been discredited by their own admission. By their own admission, she did not put him in a truck. That's what 68 is saying, if you know how to read. She did not put him in a truck because there was no blood. You can say, well, she cleaned it. Whatever. There's still no blood. Like all the technology to find blood and find traces of blood, they couldn't find no blood. And they couldn't find a match, no blood, no nothing. Okay, next. You talking about she gonna take a plea deal? She's not taking no plea deal. Get real here. You think I'm taking a plea deal if I'm reading this? I'm not taking a plea deal if I'm reading this. What's going on, Robbie? You mean how did the person who killed Gannon take him to Florida? You said she. Who says she took him to Florida? Because she didn't take him to Florida. Well, you said she. She didn't take him to Florida. Period. There's nothing in this about her going to Florida or him being found in Florida. This affidavit was made before Gannon was found in Florida. Now, I'm going to theorize that Letecia did have an intruder in the house and that the intruder did take Gannon. That's what I'm going to theorize. And that's how Gannon ended up in freaking Florida, dead in a suitcase. That's how he ended up shot, stabbed, dead in a suitcase. Now, if you go check out my other video about Letecia internet searches, because, you know, a whole bunch of women speculate, a whole lot of women speculate Letecia was unhappy, so she killed Gannon. That's what they're speculating. But if you go look at Letecia's internet searches, there's no way what she's searching points to her wanting to murder the son. So that video is called Unhappy Wife, Unhappy Life, Wanted Out. It's on my channel. Let's go again. Now, what else was I looking at in this? The Nissan Frontier, no blood. And then the message. Now, I stopped right here. Why did I stop right here? I conducted the Google search. The Nissan. Okay, this is about the time Gannon and Letecia was out between 10:15 and 2:15. Yeah, between 10 a.m. and 2:15 p.m. on January 27th. Of course, we know Letecia was without her cell phone. Now, there's going to be a part where detectives, they can't figure out 2 hours where Letecia and Gannon went. There's 2 hours of time unaccounted for, either an hour or 2 hours. But Gannon had his phone on. Now, they was able to track where Letecia went with Gannon's phone. But the 2 hours, there's an hour or two they're not able to track. It don't make sense, does it? All right. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. I'm just going to replay this whole video. Letecia's whereabouts. Yeah, no, line paragraph 39. If you can see paragraph 39. Paragraph 39. Letecia whereabouts are unknown between approximately 11:22 and 1:22. But how is it unknown when you have Gannon's cell phone with you? If Gannon's cell phone was with them, you know everything else about Gannon's cell phone, that he sent text messages to his dad, and he sent a text message to his sister Harley telling her to text his phone because Letecia left her phone at home. But for 2 hours, you guys can't figure out where his cell phone was. But you believe he came home. You believe he came home, but you don't have video of him coming home. but you believe he came home, but again, you don't know where he was for 2 hours. Now, these 2 hours, we don't know. We just don't know. We don't know. Because Letecia claims he came home. The officers claim he came home. Let me go to Robbie. Now, Robbie, you asked why did she change her story? Or maybe she was telling the truth when she changed the story. Now, you see these 2 hours of missing time, 11:22 to 1:22. Now, she claims a dude named Quincy Brown abducted her and Gannon, or abducted Gannon, while they was out by the Petco. So maybe that's why her story changed, because she was telling the truth. She finally decided to tell the truth. But there's still 2 hours unaccounted for. So I'm going to link those 2 hours to one of those stories she changed it to. But to be for real, let me go back. Letecia told police on January 29th, she went to go look for construction workers to fix her carpet. Because that's after Gannon burnt the carpet. Gannon burnt the carpet on Sunday, the 26th of January, 2020, at around 12 in the afternoon. She went looking for construction workers because that is an area where a lot of construction is going on. Now, they're building more houses in that area. She met a dude named Eduardo. Eduardo said, I can fix your carpet. She gave Eduardo the code to the security system, to the garage system. On the 27th, she got home with Gannon. She claims Eduardo was in Gannon's bedroom in the basement. And that's when she was assaulted. I say she lied because she didn't want this suspect to hurt Gannon. Like, she did not want the suspect to hurt Gannon, so she did not tell the police on the 27th where Gannon really was. On the 28th, or about the 29th, police received tips. Some of the tips were ransom notes. Police received ransom notes asking for money to return Gannon. They didn't take those tips serious. They did not take those tips serious. Now, even after Letecia told them Gannon was abducted, they didn't take the ransom notes tips serious. Now, you fast forward to March, Gannon is dead in freaking Florida. He's dead in Florida. They suspect he's been in Florida between the 3rd and the 5th. They suspect he's been in Florida between the 3rd and the 5th. They don't know he's been in Florida between the 3rd and the 5th. They theorize his body was dumped between the 3rd and the 5th. They speculate his body was dumped between the 3rd and the 5th. So maybe if they would have took the ransom call serious, Gannon would be alive. And maybe if they would have took Letecia a little more serious, Gannon would be alive. Okay, now we have 2 hours unaccounted for. We're on paragraph 39. Let's continue on 39. At 1:22 in the afternoon, Letecia was again captured on surveillance video making a second purchase at the same Petco on North Nevada Avenue. Mr. Stauch, Al Stauch, sent a text message to Gannon's cell phone at or about 12:06 p.m. that read, "Hey, buddy." This message was unanswered until 1:21. The response was from Gannon, "Can I play Zelda at least?" As you can read, Mr. Stauch replied, "Not today." Let's continue. 38. Investigators were able to confirm based on video surveillance and purchase receipt that Letecia traveled to Petco. She did travel to Petco. Letecia claims that's where she met Quincy Brown. It's at Petco. She gives you two different stories of meeting Quincy Brown. But again, they don't know where she was for 2 hours. 39. They don't know where she was, but they believe she came home with Gannon. So what happened in those 2 hours? Did she actually meet Quincy Brown? Did she actually have an altercation with the serial killer, a serial rapist? You know, did they actually take Gannon? Because the police don't have evidence of Gannon coming home. They don't have no evidence of Gannon coming home. Both parties, Letecia changed her story. Letecia first said Gannon came home. Then Letecia said this Quincy Brown story that Gannon was abducted in the area of Petco. Now, what will support him being abducted in the area of Petco? Anybody. What in this affidavit supports Letecia's claim that Gannon was abducted by Quincy Brown in the area of Petco? Because remember, if you read the affidavit, she claims she let Gannon ride his bike in the area of Petco. Like, they stopped for a while and she let him ride the bike. Then she claims Quincy Brown was laying in the middle of the street and she had to stop the car. And that's when he got up and he kidnapped both of them. Took him back to her house, assaulted her, then abducted Gannon and left. Is that correct? I believe so. One of the two. Okay, 39. Paragraph 39 supports the story of Quincy Brown. Okay, why does paragraph 39 support Quincy Brown's story? Or her story about Quincy Brown? Because 39, the police don't know where she was for 2 hours. Even though they had cell phone records of Gannon's, and they probably was able to trace Gannon's phone throughout the whole time, they don't know where she was. Okay. So I'm repeating myself just so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's continue. 37. Okay, 37. Gannon sent a text message to Harley's phone stating Letecia left her phone at home. Letecia didn't unlock her phone. 36. Letecia left her phone at home. About 30 minutes after she got home, she unlocked her phone. What else did I record on this? Okay, I went through that. .26. Let me see if I can go further than 26. I guess I must. This is what investigators believe. This is what they speculate. This is not facts, as some people would say. This is not facts. On Monday, 27, 2020, Gannon Stauch stayed home from school. Based on text messages from Letecia Stauch, Gannon was up most Sunday. I'm skipping over that. Yeah, investigators verified he was absent from school. Because this is going to state they believe he came home, but they have no evidence he came home. Cell phone, conducted a Google search, can't find my switch. Gannon was murdered. Excuse me, asking did Letecia. That's talking about Letecia. Gave an excuse. Y'all go ahead and read that. Fact versus fiction. These are the facts. That is fiction. Okay, 24. The murder of Gannon Stauch. And investigators believe. How do you take investigators believe as a fact? That's speculation. That's theory. I believe is speculation. So whoever wrote this, let's put it like this. Paragraph 25. I believe that Gannon was murdered by Letecia Stauch in the afternoon hours after approximately around 2:14 p.m. on January 27, 2020 at his residence. And more specifically, I believe it was in his bedroom. I believe physical evidence recovered from the residence and inside Gannon's bedroom supports that a violent event occurred in his bedroom, which caused bloodshed, including blood splatter on the walls, and enough blood loss to stain his mattress, soaked through the carpet and the carpet pad, and a stain in the concrete below his bed. Yes, that's I believe. That's all speculation right there. All speculation. Oh, they found blood, all right. But there's a reason they found blood from nosebleeds and from the candle burn. The candle burn Gannon sustained, and from all the nosebleeds he would have. They ain't found no weapons. None of this. Nothing in this says they found weapons. Nothing in this says she ever abused him. You can go through this whole thing, whole 32 pages. You will find nothing about weapons. You will find nothing about past abuse. Let's start it over because it's coming to the end. Okay, let me close it out and let me get this back up. Okay, what was the question? What was the question? Yeah, the blood on the cardboard was from Gannon having nosebleeds in the garage. If you read the affidavit, they don't even say she used the board, the 2x4 to hit Gannon. They don't even state in this affidavit that the 2x4 was a weapon. So that blood on the 2x4 came from Gannon's nosebleeds in the garage. And the freaking 2x4 got in the woods because it flew off the truck. We know it flew off the truck because she says it flew off the truck. Like, not everything strapped down is gonna stay strapped down. Stuff does fly off trucks, and I don't blame her for not going back and getting the board because it flew off the truck. Like, I'm not turning around and going to get no board. It's off the truck. It's off the truck. Whatever. Dude, they found a 2x4 along Douglas County. That's the only 2x4 they found along Douglas County. The 2x4 flew off the truck when Letecia was driving. The blood came from when Gannon was in the garage and he had nosebleeds. The affidavit does not state 2x4 is a weapon. You can go through the affidavit yourself. I went through it and I'm going through it again. The 2x4, the board you're talking about, was not used as a weapon. They state it was not used as a weapon. They do not speculate it was used as a weapon. Let's read this again. Eduardo. I'm trying to go over this again. Do I want to add anything else? Because I have another video about this affidavit. Like, it's so much stuff in this affidavit. I can do like 10 more videos. Like, I got 10 more videos to do. Like YouTube creators, we got a bunch of content to make. Because we got a bunch of information out of this affidavit. Did I miss anything I want to talk about in this? Eduardo. It tells you how she met Eduardo. They tell you how she met Eduardo. And do I want to go over anything else? The home invasion, rape, kidnapping of their child. Now, him being found in Florida is evidence of a kidnapping. Yeah, line 92. If you can read, if you know how to read. Everybody reading line 92. I'm going to go ahead and play that blood counter video again, too. Okay, line 92. In summary, she told investigators, Letecia Stauch, Gannon had knocked over a candle on Sunday, causing the carpet burns. He also burnt himself and wiped blood on the wall. After that incident, she drove around the neighborhood where residential construction workers was taking place. Or residential construction was taking place. She met Eduardo, who was working on a house. and asked if he would repair the carpet in her home. Eduardo agreed, and Letecia provided him the garage door code. And they agreed he would repair the carpet while she was shopping the next day. Now, what's suspicious is police don't have Eduardo walking up to the garage door that day. They say they don't have him walking up to the door that day. That doesn't mean nobody else don't have video of him walking up to the door that day. Okay, just because they don't have it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. They don't have video of the backyard, so they don't know if anybody entered through the back of the yard. They don't have video of Gannon getting out the truck to support their claim. Like they don't have their first claim is he came home, but nobody has video of him coming home. Alrighty. Good luck in court with this. Good luck with this. Then she changed her story from Eduardo to Quincy Brown. So in this affidavit, it's very murky. But you can find stuff in this affidavit to support all her theories. You can find things in this affidavit to support line 92. You can find evidence to support she met Quincy Brown, or to corroborate she met Quincy Brown. They did indeed deny Letecia a lawyer. They did indeed violate Letecia Stauch's constitutional rights. When they admit that without admitting, they violated her rights. And let's go to that video everybody was talking about. Oh yeah, ADT. The ADT information supports that there was an intruder in the house. Because during the time when she walked in the house after 2:15 to about 3:30, there was a bunch of activity at the back door. There was a 300% increase in activity at the back door in between 2 and 3:30, or 2:30 and 3:30. Now here's what they theorize. They theorize Letecia went back and forth at the back door to get cleaning supply. What's wrong with that theory? If you go read it, they say the increased activity at the back door, the 300% spike in activity in between the hours Letecia claims she was being raped, it's because she was getting cleaning supplies from outside. I thought she tested her daughter to pick up cleaning supply. Who goes outside to get cleaning supply? Anybody? No, the cleaning supply is in the kitchen. And there's no shed in the back with cleaning supply. All right. I'm just saying. Fact versus fiction. So to that creator who made that video, fact versus fiction, it's fiction that Gannon was killed in a bedroom. It's not fact. This affidavit is a theory of what happened. This is speculation. Like we speculate what happened, investigators speculate what happened. So now you telling your viewers that it's a fact that Gannon was killed in the house, that's kind of, they need to discern from themselves. They need to read from the self. All right, tell them the truth. Tell your viewers the truth. That is a theory of the police department. What's fact is they found blood. But that blood has been accounted for. The blood has been given a reason why it's there. Okay?
We're outside the house. Okay? You got it?
Yeah, he was bleeding. He wiped that blood on the wall. This has been an awkward occurrence, awkward entertainment, and I will see you in the next video. Fact versus fiction. It's all fiction. It's all fiction. Fact versus fiction.